Your obstacles are your path. A Stoic lesson on embracing challenges. Introduction: the nature of obstacles. Life is a journey filled with twists and turns, peaks and valleys, moments of triumph and moments of struggle. At every step, we encounter obstacles, challenges that test our resolve, our patience, and our character. These obstacles can take many forms: a failed project, a broken relationship, a health crisis, or even the daily frustrations of traffic, deadlines, and misunderstandings. In the face of such difficulties, it is natural to feel frustration, anger, or despair. We may ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Or, "Why does life have to be so hard?" The Stoic philosophers of ancient Greece and Rome offer a radically different perspective. They teach us that obstacles are not merely inconveniences or injustices, they are opportunities. They are the very fabric of life, woven into our existence to help us grow, learn, and become better versions of ourselves. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "The obstacle is the way." This simple yet profound statement encapsulates the essence of Stoic wisdom. Challenges are not barriers to our progress. They are the path to our progress. In this lesson, we will explore the Stoic philosophy of obstacles, examining its principles, its historical roots, and its practical applications. We will learn how to reframe our perspective on challenges, how to cultivate resilience and virtue in the face of adversity, and how to transform every obstacle into an opportunity for growth. Part 1. The Stoic Perspective on Obstacles 1.1. The Stoic Worldview. To understand the Stoic approach to obstacles, we must first understand the Stoic worldview. The Stoics believed that the universe is governed by a rational and orderly principle, which they called logos. This principle is not arbitrary or chaotic. It is purposeful and interconnected. Everything that happens for a reason, and everything is part of a larger, harmonious whole. From this perspective, obstacles are not random or meaningless. They are part of the natural order of things designed to help us grow and fulfill our potential. The Stoics believed that our ultimate goal in life is to live in accordance with nature, which means accepting what happens to us with equanimity and using it as an opportunity to practice virtue. 1.2. The Dichotomy of Control. One of the central tenets of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, which teaches us to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. According to Epictetus, some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, our reputation, our office, and, in a word, whatever is not of our own doing. Obstacles often fall into the category of things that are not within our control. We cannot control the weather, the actions of others, or the circumstances of our birth. However, we can control how we respond to these obstacles. We can choose our attitude, our thoughts, and our actions. This is where our power lies. 1.3. The obstacle as opportunity. The Stoics believe that every obstacle is an opportunity to practice virtue. Virtue in Stoic philosophy is the highest good and the key to a flourishing life. The four cardinal virtues are wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. When we face an obstacle, we have the opportunity to exercise these virtues. Wisdom, the ability to see the obstacle clearly, to understand its nature, and to discern the best course of action. Courage, the strength to face the obstacle head-on, without fear or complaint. Justice, the commitment to act with fairness and integrity, even in the face of adversity. Self-discipline, the ability to control our impulses and emotions and to stay focused on what truly matters. By embracing obstacles as opportunities to practice virtue, we transform them from sources of suffering into sources of strength. Part 2. Historical examples of Stoic resilience. 2.1. Epictetus, from slave to philosopher. Epictetus was born into slavery in the Roman Empire, and his early life was marked by hardship and suffering. Despite these challenges, he became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers of his time. His teachings, recorded by his student Arrian in the Discourses and the Enchiridion, emphasize the importance of accepting what we cannot control and focusing on what we can. Epictetus taught that our circumstances do not define us. It is our response to those circumstances that matters. He famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle is at the heart of the Stoic approach to obstacles. 2.2. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, faced numerous challenges during his reign, including wars, political intrigue, and personal loss. Despite these challenges, he became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers of his time. His teachings, recorded by his student Arrian in the Discourses and the Enchiridion, emphasize the importance of accepting what we cannot control while focusing on our responses. Reflective exercise. Reflect on Epictetus's life. How can his journey inspire you to navigate your challenges differently? Think about areas in which you can take more responsibility for your reactions rather than the circumstances themselves. Epictetus maintained that our circumstances do not define us. It is our response to those circumstances that shape our character. He famously proclaimed, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle is at the essence of the Stoic approach to obstacles. 2.2. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, faced numerous trials, including warfare, political intrigue, and personal loss. Despite these difficulties, he remained committed to Stoic principles, as reflected in his collection of personal writings known as the Meditations. Within the Meditations, Marcus Aurelius contemplates the nature of obstacles and the importance of inner tranquility. He writes, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This recurring theme emphasizes that obstacles are not barriers, but essential stepping stones along our journeys. Practical exercise. Take a moment to write down an obstacle you are currently facing. Ask yourself how this challenge might lead to actions you have been avoiding, or insights you might uncover. 2.3. Seneca, turning adversity into advantage. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, experienced exile, betrayal, and ultimately execution. Yet throughout his life he maintained a Stoic attitude, viewing adversity as an opportunity for growth. In his essay on the shortness of life, Seneca writes, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Seneca's letters and essays provide practical advice for dealing with obstacles. He encourages us to concentrate on what we can control, accept what we cannot influence, and use every challenge as a chance to practice virtue. Reflective exercise. Consider a hardship you have faced. Think about how it may have contributed to your growth or wisdom. Could you identify positive outcomes that emerged from this experience? Part 3. Practical applications of Stoic principles. 3.1. Reframing your perspective. The first step in embracing obstacles is to reframe your perspective. Instead of viewing challenges as threats or injustices, consider them as valuable opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can this situation make me stronger? Which virtue can I practice in this moment? This mental shift is not easy, but it is essential for personal development. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Practical exercise. Each evening, reflect on an obstacle you encountered that day. Write down how you reframed it as a potential opportunity for future growth. 3.2. Practicing acceptance. Acceptance is a key Stoic principle. This doesn't mean resignation or passivity. It signifies acknowledging reality as it is, without resistance or complaint. When we accept what we cannot control, we liberate ourselves from unnecessary suffering and open ourselves to new possibilities. Exercise. When faced with a minor frustration, like a delay or a setback, practice acceptance by stating to yourself, "This situation is outside of my control. How can I respond wisely?" 3.3. Cultivating resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity. The Stoics believed that resilience is not an inherent trait. It is a quality developed through consistent practice. By confronting obstacles with courage and determination, we build our resilience and prepare ourselves for future challenges. Reflect on events in your life where you demonstrated resilience. Consider what equipped you to bounce back and how you can cultivate this mindset more consciously. 3.4. Focusing on the present moment. The Stoics emphasize the importance of living fully in the present. When we focus our attention on the here and now, we become better equipped to handle obstacles as they arise. Epictetus advised, "Do not dwell on the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." Practical application. Set a timer throughout your day to check in with yourself. How well are you focusing on your present tasks instead of getting lost in worries about the past or future? 3.5. Practicing gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful practice for transforming our outlook on obstacles. By focusing on what we have, rather than what we lack, we cultivate a sense of abundance and contentment. The Stoics believed that even in adversity there is always something to be grateful for. Exercise. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for, especially those that arose from challenges you faced. This practice not only promotes positivity, but also highlights the value in overcoming obstacles. Part 4. The Path to Growth, Wisdom, and Freedom. 4.1. The Path to Growth. Obstacles are not just challenges to be conquered, they are opportunities for growth. Every difficulty we encounter provides us with a chance to develop our character, strengthen our resolve, and deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world surrounding us. Think of a prominent obstacle you've encountered. What personal growth resulted from this experience? How did it alter your view of future challenges? Identify the obstacle. Reflect on a significant challenge that you faced in the past, such as a failed relationship, a career setback, or a health issue. Analyze your growth. Consider how you grew as a person as a result of this experience. Did you become more resilient, empathetic, or self-aware? Examine your perspective. Think about how this experience changed your outlook on future challenges. Do you now approach obstacles with a sense of confidence and determination? Apply the lesson. Reflect on what you learned from this experience and how you can apply those lessons to future challenges. Case study. The story of Nelson Mandela, a former president of South Africa, is an inspiring example of how obstacles can lead to growth. After spending 27 years in prison, Mandela was released and went on to become the first black president of South Africa. He transformed his experiences behind bars into a catalyst for change, using his platform to fight against apartheid and promote healing and reconciliation. Discussion questions. How did Nelson Mandela's experiences in prison shape his leadership and vision? What personal growth did Mandela exhibit after his release from prison? How can we apply Mandela's story to our own experiences with obstacles? The path to wisdom. Wisdom is not simply found in academic learning. It is earned through the experiences that shape our lives. Obstacles serve as our greatest instructors, imparting lessons that can only arise through direct confrontation and resolution. Study exercise. Research a historical figure who faced significant obstacles. What lessons did they learn? How did their experience mirror Stoic philosophy? Choose a figure. Select a historical figure who faced numerous challenges, such as Martin Luther King Jr. or Marie Curie. Analyze their experiences. Examine the obstacles they faced and how they responded to those challenges. Identify the lessons learned. Determine the wisdom and insights that this figure gained from their experiences. Connect to Stoic philosophy. Reflect on how this figure's experiences reflect Stoic principles, such as the importance of resilience, adaptability, and inner strength. Stoic reflection. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This phrase encapsulates the essence of Stoic wisdom, that obstacles can be transformative opportunities for growth and learning. Discussion questions. How did Martin Luther King Jr. respond to the obstacles he faced during the civil rights movement? What lessons can we learn from Marie Curie's experiences as a woman in a male-dominated field? How can we apply Epictetus's phrase to our own experiences with obstacles? 4.3. The path to freedom. When we embrace obstacles as opportunities, we liberate ourselves from the constraints imposed by external circumstances. We come to realize that our happiness and well-being do not rely on what happens to us, but on how we choose to respond to those happenings. Personal reflection. Spend a moment each week contemplating recent challenges in your life. How have your responses shaped your overall happiness and sense of peace? Reflect on your responses. Consider how you have reacted to recent obstacles, whether with frustration, anxiety, or resilience. Assess your well-being. Evaluate how your responses have impacted your sense of happiness and peace. Identify areas for growth. Determine areas where you can improve your responses to obstacles, such as developing greater patience or self-compassion. Apply new insights. Use these reflections to inform your responses to future challenges, embracing obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning. Walking the path. Life is not a straight path, but a winding road filled with obstacles. However, these obstacles are not barriers. They are the path itself. By embracing them with courage, wisdom, and resilience, we transform them into stepping stones on our journey toward growth, fulfillment, and inner peace. As you navigate the trials of life, remember the teachings of the Stoics. The obstacle is the way. Move forward on this path with confidence, knowing that each step is an opportunity to cultivate your true self.